What do 1859 and 1881 have in common? They are both from 1859 to 1881, the entire lifespan of a man named Henry McCarthy, a.k.a. William H. Bonney, more commonly known as Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid was 21 years old when he was shot and killed by Sheriff Pat Garrett in 1881. Who was Billy the Kid? To some, he was one of the most notorious outlaw gunmen in that time period, in the Old West. He shot and killed 8 men until he himself met his demise at the young age of 21. So, how did Billy the Kid become such a name in history at just 21 years old? It's kind of amazing. And that is what we are here to talk about today on the Race Reels. Hello everyone, Ryan Race here with another edition of the Race Reels, and today, as promised, we're going to be discussing the 1988 biographical Western film, Young Guns. Young Guns. This film was highly requested by Matthew Fick, and we're finally getting it out to him. Took a little time, it's been a little busy, but finally getting it out to him. And as I just talked about, this film does follow the notorious outlaw Billy the Kid. In this incarnation, Billy the Kid is played by Emilio Estevez, so long before he was Coach Bombay, leading the Mighty Ducks to win the big one, he was Billy the Kid. Historian Paul Hudden calls Estevez's portrayal of Billy the Kid one of the most accurate accounts of Billy the Kid. So that says something. Young Guns stars Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, Charlie Sheen, Terence Stamp, Terry O'Quinn, just to name a few. It's a pretty cool ensemble cast here. I mean, you got Estevez, you got Kiefer Sutherland, you got Charlie Sheen, who is an asshole in real life and was an asshole in this movie too. So this follows Billy the Kid during the Lincoln County Wars in New Mexico between 1877 and 1878. It's essentially about a group of young outlaw gunmen who become deputized after a rancher who was their benefactor was murdered, and they are put on the case to try to find the people that killed them. Billy the Kid seems to be taking things too far, and that's what this story, this amazing story, is about. I'm not a big Western fan, just by general, but this is actually a very good film. Christopher Kane directing this film, Anthony Marinelli and Brian Banks handling the music aspect of this film. Alex, let's get some Western music playing, buddy. Yeah, all right, there we go. Really cool film here. Looking back, and again, I'm not the biggest Emilio Estevez fan, nor am I the biggest Western fan. However, I am a fan and very, very intrigued by Billy the Kid. Just everything he did in such a short span that got his name into the history books. So Estevez did a great job playing Billy the Kid. He really did. And everybody in this film did a great job. They really did. But yeah, this is about the Lincoln County Wars, that time period, 1877, 1878, and just everything that went down during that time. Following the Billy the Kid and his gang. Just awesome stuff. Really awesome stuff. As you can imagine, it's a Western, so there's a lot of shootouts in this film. Lots of shootouts. Alex, give me shootouts. Yeah. Shootouts. It's a Western. Of course there's going to be shootouts. There's Charlie Sheen's in it. Of course there's going to be shootouts. This film had an $11 million budget. It grossed $56 million worldwide. So, okay, not too bad. Did very poorly in theaters. I can say that. Did not do well in theaters. However, much like a lot of films that do poorly in theaters, this is now just a cult classic. Everyone loves the cowhands. Fun fact about this film. On one of the days they were shooting, Tom Cruise himself was actually on set. Accidentally. He wasn't supposed to be there. And at the time, he'd never done a Western. So he actually was in the movie as an uncredited cameo appearance. And I actually didn't recognize him for a while. But yeah, Tom Cruise was one of the bad guys that were shooting at Billy the Kid and his gang. That was kind of cool. He dies, unfortunately. Alex, show us where Tom Cruise gets shot, and feel free to loop it over. Good stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, I thought that was kind of a cool thing, having Tom Cruise. I mean, if Tom Cruise is on your set, why the hell wouldn't you use him? I doubt he charged them. I mean, my God. He just wanted to be a part of it. So, props to Tom Cruise for doing that. But, yeah, if you haven't seen this film, definitely check it out. Again, this film took a long time to make because a lot of the money, this was not backed by a major production company. So a lot of the money, most of the money that was needed to start this film and get it off the ground had to be raised by the director and all himself. So a lot of challenges went into making this thing. And kind of like Animal Factory, when we reviewed Animal Factory, you know, a lot of that money had to get raised because that itself was not backed by a production company. So, props to all them, everyone just wanting to make this film and getting that money raised that they needed to at least get it off the ground. And again, it had an $11 million budget. It grossed, what did I say, 56? So, okay, not too bad. Did pretty well. So, well done. All right, Alex, hit the trailer, buddy.
It is therefore considered by the court that William H. Bonney be hanged till he be dead, dead, dead.
You can go to hell, hell, hell. Buenos tardes, amigos.
You're not dead.
Do I look dead?
The entire country is reading about our territory every day in the journals.
Should we give him a proper burial?
And they're not reading about our growth towards statehood.
I never stole a horse from someone I didn't like.
Now you just kill him.
What they are reading about is a 21-year-old delinquent
What scum?
who is making us look like imbeciles.
Politicians, bankers, cattle kings, scum.
I got 18 dimes in each barrel, boy.
You're starting to believe what they're writing about you, aren't you? You rode a 15-year-old boy straight into his grave.
Goodbye, Bob. Best $1.80 I ever spent.
And the rest of us, straight to hell.
I don't take to tenderfoots in my gang.
It ain't your gang, Dave.
Let's call you a thief.
$1,000, Mr. Garrett.
To catch one.
And all the resources you need to carry out the extermination
Just playing the game, Doc.
of one William H. Bonney.
Even their horses are crazy.
We'll give him a game, all right.
They're starting to surround us. We gotta get out of here.
Dave, it's your gang.
What? It ain't my gang. It's your gang. It's always been your gang.
Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland, Lou Diamond Phillips, Christian Slater, Balthazar Getty, Alan Ruck, James Coburn, and William Peterson as Pat Garrett.
Yoo-hoo. I'll make you famous.
Young Guns 2.
Yeah. The trailer itself is very good. This film did have a sequel, the cleverly titled Young Guns 2. Much like the first one, most of the ensemble cast is back. I don't think Charlie Sheen was in this one. I'm sure they barely could take him the first film, much less the second. But Christian Slater does show up in the second film. Young Guns 2, Geoff Murphy taking the reins as director, with Alan Silvestri and John Bon Jovi, who also has a cameo role in Young Guns 2, doing the music. So, a $20 million budget on that one, $59 million across the box office. Much like the first one, got very bad reviews, but now is just a fun movie and a cult classic to watch. Not a big fan of the second one. It was meh. First one, though, was good. It was a good film, and definitely worth watching. Now, in real life, what happened to Billy the Kid? Billy the Kid was hunted down and murdered by Sheriff Pat Garrett, and he was pretty much immediately buried. There were, and thanks to Unsolved Mysteries for starting this rumor, there were rumors that Billy the Kid actually survived and lived to like the 1960s under a different name, a Brushy Bill. That was a big rumor, and I don't think there's much evidence to prove or disregard those rumors. Was Brushy Bill and Billy the Kid the same person? You're led to believe it. It's very possible. It's just one of those things that we're never going to know. Brushy Bill went to his grave claiming to be Billy the Kid. He apparently had markings on his body that matched Billy the Kid. He knew details that really only Billy the Kid would know. So did Billy the Kid actually die that day in 1881 at the hands of Pat Garrett? You're led to believe it. And Brushy Bill wasn't the only man that claimed to be Billy the Kid. There have been several people claiming to be him. But Billy the Kid does remain as one of the most notorious gunfighters from that era. And his look, his likeness, has been dramatized in Westerns ever since. He's been all over Westerns in some way, shape, or form. He's actually, I believe he's the most frequently used gunfighter that's a real person used in Westerns. And why not? I mean, Billy the Kid, just that name is marketable. People know who Billy the Kid is. I mean, my God. So I think that all that's interesting. Again, did he survive that day in 1881? I don't know. If you ask the authorities, he's dead. And he was buried in 1881. Keep digging, you'll find different stories. So it's just one of those things that's always going to be, what if? But yeah, that is my thoughts on Billy the Kid. And that is my thoughts on Young Guns. Young Guns is an excellent film. It's worth watching. I am going to give it a B+. And it's getting a B+. Again, it did very poorly in the box office. It really did. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say the box office. The critics. It actually did very well in the box office for what it was. The critics, though, ripped this thing apart. And they ripped Young Guns 2 apart. But they'll rip any... They'll rip any sequel apart, for the most part. But yeah, it's a fine film. It's a good film. It gets a little slow at times. But, you know, the action scenes are good. The stuff that with Tom Cruise showing up in it was good, and just the acting itself. I mean, Emilio Estevez can act. Lou Diamond Phillips can act. Kiefer Sutherland can act. Charlie Sheen, despite him being an asshole, he can act. So you got a great group of actors here. It's an ensemble cast, and it's good. It's a good film. So definitely check it out. I don't think it's on. It's on Amazon Prime. I know you can rent it or buy it on Prime. I don't know if it's part of the Prime membership. I'm not sure. And I don't think it's on any of the other streaming sites. It's definitely not on Netflix. It's not on Hulu. And I am pretty sure it's not on Peacock. But go out, buy the film. Like I said, I used to have the film. I loaned it out to somebody. Never got it back. That's one of the reasons I don't lend movies out. But the film's good. Definitely check it out. Matt, I hope you enjoyed it. Took a little time. I've been so busy lately, and I know Alex, I know he's been so busy. And anytime Alex comes through for me with something, it's always appreciated, and we love him for it. So with that said, Alex, as always, thank you very much. Steven Diaz does all of our graphics. Thank you very much. Always appreciated. And that's about it for my review of Young Guns. What's coming up on the race reels? Well, I have another request from for a film review. This one's coming out from Katie Boyle Moore, aka Sister Race. She has requested The Devil Wears Prada. Devil Wears Prada. That's going to be our next review. Devil Wears Prada, starring Meryl Streep. Herself. The great Meryl Streep, Stanley Tucci, Anne Hathaway, Simon Baker, among others. Excellent film. That'll be coming up next on the race reels. It's going to be Hell on Heels coming up. Hashtag Hell on Heels. That'll be coming up next on the race reels. So we look forward to that. Hit me up on all social media. You can hit me up on Facebook, on Twitter, at the Race Reels. Race Reels over at YouTube. And if you want to talk to me personally, you can follow me over on the Instagram at the Ryan Race. We'll talk wrestling, we'll talk movies, we'll talk whatever the hell I want to talk about. It's my page. I'm not governed by a lunatic. Hey Alex, question quick. I know I asked you before, but did you figure out what big is yet? Did you figure out? Yes, this is an inside joke. Have you figured out what big is yet? Alex, you have time? Tell me what's big, Alex.
He's a sketchy character. I don't want to talk about him in front of the...
Okay, let's drop it.
Okay?
Let's drop it. Let's X-nay on the Bex-nay. Ig pay Adenlay.
Can you share your mouth,
I
man?
ain't saying it.
I don't know. You're doing it wrong. I don't understand what the hell you're saying.
Ange pay ube.
I'm
Hey,
an
bay.
ass-may, your ass A.
A-way.
Shay, your ace fay. Asshole A.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what he said? What do you think of that?
So yeah, hit me up on all social media. Let me know what you want me to review next. Devil Wears Prada will be coming up next. Appreciate everyone's support. As always, I'm Ryan Race. You wish you were. Race Reel t-shirts. Grab one. We're going to send those proceeds over to the Hazleton Animal Shelter in memory of my departed dog Daisy. Talk to y'all later. Paul Bow.